It is important to note that the defense secretaries meeting of the G7 held recently in Italy issued a very stern warning and condemnation of China's policy involving the two sides of the Taiwan Strait, as well as in the South China Sea, claiming that China is engaged in provocation, etc., and also expressed the willingness of the G7 countries to challenge China's position as far as Taiwan and the South China Sea issues are concerned. I think the G7 defense secretary's announcement itself is a violation of the truth on the one hand, and a serious provocation of China's legitimate positions. Why do I reach such a conclusion? First, all the G7 countries have established diplomatic relations, and I hope their defense secretaries will go back to the original document by which China and each and all of the G7 countries established their diplomatic relations. Because there is one clause identical with each other, saying that each and all of the G7 countries acknowledge or recognize that there is only one China, and Taiwan is part of China, and the government of the People's Republic of China is the sole legitimate representative of the totality of China. That's purely an internal matter for China. Now, if they are really concerned about what China is doing recently, for example, as a result of the United Sword 2024B, then they should really muster all the courage they have, if they have any, to call for peaceful reunification of China, rather than doing the wrong thing by continuously hollowing out the one China policy and giving the wrong signal to the separatists in Taiwan who want to push the edge of the envelope. They are condemning the wrong party. They should condemn Mr. Lai Ching-te and the separatists in Taiwan rather than condemning China for doing the right thing. They kind of create the wrong impression that China is obstructing their ships from innocent passage in the South China Sea or through the Taiwan Strait. They want to label China as the bully, for example, and they want to put themselves into the position of victims, for example. The reality is just the opposite. They are the bullies. They want to violate China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The G7 defense ministers' falsehood, false accusation, confounding the facts, for example, involving the Taiwan Strait, involving the South China Sea, cannot fool mankind as a whole all the time. They may fool themselves. They may actually put themselves into a dilemma because they may believe that China is still the China of the 19th century. No, China is a major defender of peace and stability in the world, a major contributor to global economic growth, and they need to really size up China as it is rather than put the wrong label on China and try to challenge and try to sabotage and undermine China's sovereignty and territorial integrity.